Hello there. So today we're going to discuss about the options available in Newman commands. If you haven't set up Newman with your Postman, please do check the link below in the description. So let's get started. So this is our Newman installed, and as we all know, we know the basic command to run a collection from Newman. So let's run that first. Run already created collection from my Postman. Let me show the command to run Newman run space. We have to either specify the exported file path or a link of the collection. In my previous video, I have showed how to run a test from an exported JSON file. So now I'm going to show how to run the test from a link. So for that, go to your Postman, click on the collection you want to run, any collection. So when you click, there is a button called share, and go to get public link, and there your link appears for that particular collection. So copy this, or you have an option to copy it. So give the Newman run and the link and enter. This is taking a while. So now you could see I have 3 requests executed successfully with the details of how many iterations and how many requests. There are 3 requests, and how many assertions. There are 2 assertions in my collection. So yes, this is the basic command to run any Postman test. So we have options in Newman to modify the command so that we can customize our output. Like there are a lot of options to help us to customize our output of the request. First, we're going to see the help command. Here in Newman, the help command is used to let us know all the available options for us in Newman. So for that, Newman H, this would run H. This will give us the options available in Newman commands. So you can see all available options are there here, printed here. So let us see few of the important or common options we use to customize our output. So the first one we're gonna see is number of iterations. That is, here as we executed our collection in Newman, our collection requests are run only once and the details are displayed. So we want to run our collection n number of times. For example, I want my collection to be executed thrice. So I'm going to mention the iterations now. So Newman run and the URL. Now it is the same command we used to run that collection. Now I'm specifying the iterations. Here -n is going to indicate that these number of times the collection has to be executed. So I'm just specifying 3 here. So now we can see our requests are executed thrice with 3 iterations. Yes, as you have seen, iteration 1, 3 requests are executed, and again iteration 2, and again iteration 3. So now here in the table we can see 3 executed and 0 failed, and 6 assertions and the details of assertions in each iteration. So this is our first command we have seen to execute the test n number of times. Okay, the next one we're gonna see is passing the data file. So if you haven't done passing an external data file to your collection, I have another video in our playlist. You can check that to execute our collection with different set of data files, external data files. So here again I'm gonna do pass the values from an external data file to our collections. For that, I have a data file saved in my desktop. I have already explained enough about the public API we are using in this example. So let's directly get into the file. Here I have passed 2 set of data. That is, this is my first set and this is my second set, where my first set and second set has 3 data for deck ID, cards and count. Now I'm going to pass this data file to my collections so that these data will be picked and executed by our Newman. So to see that, so here this is the path where I placed my data file. So either you can place the path of the file in the same path as you have here. Otherwise, you can mention the path as you mentioned the file name. For that, I am going to give Newman run and the URL of the collection, and here I'm going to use -d. So this specifies which file we're going to pass to our Newman to run our collection in Postman. So that now I named my file as data.json. So this is my file name. I'm not specifying the path because my file is present in this path itself, and I'm gonna hit run. Yes, you can see there are two iterations because we have passed two set of data here. So for the first iteration it picked this data, and for the second iteration it picked this data. So as it has pulled the data.json, it has executed twice and the response is successful. Iterations are 2 and everything is displayed as expected. Here we have used data.json to run our test. You can otherwise use a CSV file as we saw in our previous video, like this, where the first row specifies the column name, the other row specifies the data in place of a JSON file. So this is very similar. You're just gonna give the file name of data.csv instead of data.json. Otherwise the command is same. The next command we are going to see is reporters. As we know, once we executed our collection in collection runner, we get to see a button called exports. That will export all your output and response to a JSON file and save in a location where you want it. Similarly, we here use a command to save our response in an external JSON file. Let's see how to do that. I'm going to use the same command, Newman run. Let me copy the link again. And I'm going to use reporters CLI. This CLI is a default reporter format we use in Newman. So I'm just specifying CLI and then JSON reporter JSON export. So here I am specifying we have to export the report in JSON format. There are other options as well. I'm just simply specifying I want it in a JSON format. And at the last, I'm going to specify the file name, in which file name it should be saved. Let me just give output test file dot JSON. So in this name, a new JSON file will be created and the response will be saved. As I have given, I am working on this path. This file also saves in the same path. Otherwise, if I want the file to be saved in a different path, before the file name, I have to specify the path of the file as well. Let's hit enter. So now my tests are executed and as usual the results are printed. Now in my path I'm going to check whether the file is generated or not. So I have a file created here in the name we specified. When we open this, we could see the response statement, status and everything has been saved as a JSON file as specified in the command. So we have generated a report in the format of a JSON file as expected. We can have other options as well. We can specify other options as well to generate reporters as we want. Okay, moving on to the next comment. So let's see pretty simple comments where we can work around. So the next one is we're going to see color off. Color off is nothing but your response will be displayed without any color. Here we can see a red color message is printed and the tables are in green color. So let us try this color off command. So I just gave the same command Newman run and the link of the collection and minus minus color off. So yes, as expected, your requests are executed and there is no color. Only every text is in the same color. It is another simple command. So next command we are going to see is verbose. So if you see, the requests are executed and only the table displays with how many requests and how many iterations and assertions, etc. So we want to see, and if you see, the total run duration is these many milliseconds and total data received is this. So we have executed 3 requests, but the data displayed is for whole collection. We want to know the time took and other details for each and every request. So in that case, we can use the verbose command. So let's do the same command, run URL, and then I'm going to type verbose. So this command will display the details of each and every request. As you see, once the first request is executed, it is showing the time it took to prepare and time it took to download and transfer and etc. for each and every request. So that's the purpose of verbose. So the next command we're gonna see is silent. So in the same command, I'm gonna just pass. So here you can see there is no response printed, but the command is executed, the collection is executed, but you cannot see anything in the output. So it is a pretty simple command, but we probably don't use this command anytime because we always wanted to check what is the output of our test, right? So the next command we're going to see is a very important command if you're going to connect your Newman with your CI/CD. So the next command is bail command. That is Newman run. Okay, let me use the same URL. I'm just going to send a bail. So what this command does, every time it encounters an error in assertion or assertion failure, it quits the execution and come out of the test. So if you see, every time we executed the test, all 3 requests are executed, and we could see the iterations and requests 3 every time. But in this time, I purposefully failed my second request, and the assertion is failed here in second request, and third request did not execute it. It just quit the execution with the second request itself. So this is a important command where you can tell your Jenkins or any CI/CD tool to quit the execution when it see the failure in its test results. So again, one more thing is, like, every time the test executes and if everything goes fine without any error, its exit code is 0. You have other commands to set or customize your exit codes, and you can tell this bail to exit the test when it encounters the code 1 or 0. So these are the basic commands used in Newman of commands to customize our options. You can see other comments in my blog as well, which I given in description, and work on it. Thank you.